Val, the German Shepherd, had a lot of unfortunate experience with skunks. Today on this custom memorial, made with hickory, will feature Val's name and her image from this photo her family sent. Also, her cremains will be visible set against a vivid blue background. Valkyrie is an excellent name for a German Shepherd. A Valkyrie, a warrior maiden, is a character from Norse mythology who guides recently slain souls to the afterlife. They are portrayed as highly capable defensive escorts, a fitting metaphor for German Shepherds as a group. The shepherd in our story, Valkyrie, began her life as a puppy acquired by a man who turned out not to be very nice to his dog or his partner. His wife fled, and though she couldn't manage or afford young Valkyrie's energy or expenses, she took her anyway, guessing the probable fate awaiting a nice dog with a bad man. Not more than a couple weeks later, while at work as a receptionist, a client overheard her story and offered to take the dog. This was the break young Valkyrie needed. She had a broken and badly infected tooth, needed all her shots, and, clearly, had missed some meals. Valkyrie came home with the new family, a couple living in the Southwest, and over the coming months her meals were regular and the tooth fairy visited with a soft snack under her pillow as trade for the teeth she had to give up. Her life now stable and happy, she began to display the classic features of her breed. Though today we associate German Shepherds with police work, and they are good at it, their name, German Shepherd, is as descriptive as it gets for what they were bred to do: protect sheep in the German and Austrian countryside, in an environment that could be warm, but more often was on the colder and wetter side. Their coat has two layers: the warm, fluffy undercoat that kept them warm living outside in the winter, and the stiffer, slicker, and longer guard hairs that shed moisture and make it harder for an attacker to get a good grip. This dual-layer fur system is the cause of one of the breed's few demerits today: the shedding. About twice a year, depending on the climate, they will expel a good portion of their fluffy underlayer, and it will go everywhere. During my time owning and operating a dog boarding kennel, I cleaned up after hundreds of dogs, and no dog clogged the vacuum faster than a shepherd in the summertime. Every dog with fur will shed some, but you'd had better like hoovering if you're choosing a shepherd. Shepherds are wildly popular, not because we all herd sheep, but because of one dog, Rin Tin Tin. In the waning days of World War I, an American corporal from Los Angeles was able to pluck just one 5-day-old puppy from a kennel in France that had been largely destroyed in a battle. Bringing the dog home, he had unwittingly found a star in an emerging industry developing in Southern California: show business. This distinctive, beautiful, and highly trainable dog became a sensation, starring in 26 movies and helping cement the popularity of this dog in Western culture to this day. According to the AKC, in 2021, German Shepherds were the fourth most popular dog breed in the United States and are recognizable around the world. I suppose it isn't a surprise that German Shepherds remain popular in Hollywood to this day. Many celebrities choose them, including Nick Jonas, Kiefer Sutherland, Cameron Diaz, Ben Affleck, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, and Tom Hanks. Interestingly, the last two on that list, Tom and Jennifer, both chose white ones. The classic color and scheme most people picture for a German Shepherd is black and tan, but there are 15 different colors for these dogs, with varying levels of desirability. A few colors are rare and associated with increased genetic problems, but others, especially white, is just disliked among breeders and dog choosers. So it's nice to see a few celebrities select the dog that was likely rejected by many others. Though I can't be sure, I did always suspect that Tom and Jen were good souls. Shoving Hollywood aside, a shepherd is a good dog and fits well into many families. Being working dogs, they are smart enough to learn commands as well as highly trainable. Trainable and intelligent are not the same. As a kennel owner who has worked with hundreds and hundreds of dogs, they are distinctly different traits in my experience. To me, an intelligent dog has its own agenda and is actively making decisions and solving problems to enact that agenda. Trainability isn't intelligence, it's a desire to please you. We could also call this loyalty, another trait shepherds are known for. Being both loyal and smart enough, plus a moderate size, athletic, and beautiful, has made this dog a fabulous balance of home defense system, glamorous dog model, and child cuddler. Valkyrie, or Val as she became known, had these traits too. She was very loyal with her immediate family and tolerated guests, but always kept a wary eye on them. She was smart enough to learn her basic commands and willing to follow them. She got along well with the family's other pets, all cats, and understood that sounding the alarm was good, but so was stopping when the danger had passed. As an example of a dog who does not know when or how to stop sounding the alarm, I offer this coonhound, currently in off mode. Please do like this video by clicking the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more pet-based infotainment and colorful creative woodworking. It helps other people find the pet memorial they are looking for. If Val had one area for growth, it involved skunks. I mentioned that she lived in the Southwest. Despite the heat and the dry, her family had created a suburban garden oasis in their yard. Amending the soil over many years, planting deeply rooted perennials, and creating lots of places to hide with sheds, lean-tos, and outbuildings, the yard was a well-used stopover for migrating birds and woodland creatures looking for water and shade. Enter the skunks. Being a good dog, Val knew to protect her turf, but didn't appreciate that some other creatures were better left alone. Once she needed a couple of stitches after an encounter with a cornered raccoon, but mostly it was the backyard tuxedoed stinker that got to her. Often in the wee hours of the morning, Val would go out to pee, and then ignore the hissing, foot-stomping, and tail-raising that usually precedes the dreaded spray. Val got skunked so frequently that her family assembled a deskunking kit they kept in the bathroom for the dozen or so times she needed a 5 a.m. bath. They got good at it, though. Their formula was dish soap, peroxide, and baking soda. Also, a bit of advice they passed on to me is if you get to the spray while it's still damp, it mostly comes off. But if you wait till it dries, well, don't wait till it dries. Val nor her family never found a good way to avoid this conflict. Perhaps a good demonstration that trainable isn't the same as intelligent. There are highly intelligent shepherds, but by the owner's admission, Val wasn't in that club. Something claims all of us one day, and Val was no exception. Bone cancer took her when she was about 11, an above-average lifespan for a shepherd. Here is a photo of Val, and the carving of her silhouette from it. The memorial is hickory with visible cremains. She was a good dog, loyal, steady, and a bit too brave around Pepe Le Pew. I hope your shepherd lives forever, but if that doesn't happen, I can make you a beautiful memorial to keep a piece of them. Thank you for watching.